Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr. told the United States Agency for International Development, or USAID, to correct an announcement that described Sabah as part of Malaysia. Sabah is not in Malaysia. If you want to have anything to do with the Philippines, he said. Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr. said after USAID tweeted it had donated 500 hygiene kits for Region 9 or Southern Mindanao for use by returning Filipino repatriates from Sabah, Malaysia, who arrived in Zamboanga City and Bonggao, Tawi-Tawi. In his official Twitter account, Locsin warned that you better edit that announcement if you know what's good for you. Now, Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein has rebuked Philippine Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr. over his tweet that Sabah is not in Malaysia. Hishamuddin described Teodoro's statement, Mr. Teodoro Locsin's statement, as irresponsible, and it could be detrimental to the bilateral ties between both countries. As such, Mr. Hishamuddin, via his Twitter account, instructed Wisma Putra to summon the Philippine ambassador, Charles C. Jose, on Monday to explain on the aforementioned issue. Sabah is and will always be part of Malaysia, Mr. Hishamuddin tweeted. His tweet had garnered over 2,000 retweets and almost 4,000 likes so far. On July 16, 2011, the Supreme Court ruled that the Philippine claim over Sabah is retained and may be pursued in the future. Close to 1 million Filipinos reside in Sabah, with an area of 73,631 kilometers east of Borneo, and they comprise one-third of the total population. Many of them work in construction, fisheries, or labor-intensive industries. According to to certain historical accounts, in 1658, the Sultan of Brunei gave Sabah to the Sultan of Sulu, either as a dowry or because troops from Sulu had helped him quell a rebellion. More than 350 years later, the Sultan's heirs have come to remind Malaysians that they still consider Sabah to be part of Sulu and, by extension, part of the Philippines. In 1878, the Sultanate of Sulu signed a contract known as a pajak that allowed the British North Borneo Company to occupy Sabah in perpetuity as long as it regularly paid the Sultanate a sum of money. The British colonial government succeeded the company, however, and in 1946, Sabah became a crown colony. In 1963, Malaya, Sabah, Sarawak, and Singapore formed the Federation of Malaysia. While the British and Malaysia interpreted pajak to mean sale, the Sulu Sultanate has always maintained it means lease. Even today, Malaysia pays about 5,000 ringgit or $1,680 a year to the Sulu Sultanate. Sabah has abundant natural resources and its economy is strongly export-oriented. Its primary exports include oil, gas, timber, and palm oil, and the other major industries are agriculture and ecotourism. And as we speak, we're trying to get in touch with the Philippine ambassador to Malaysia, the Honorable Charles C. Jose.